Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Match EQ, specifically the Match EQ module found in iZotope's Ozone 9 mastering suite. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this, but if you're not, you can find it at iZotope.com. The reason why a lot of engineers like matching EQ is because we can take an audio reference, including a track by another artist, analyze the reference frequency spectrum, and apply that frequency spectrum to our audio. The possibilities are endless for how you can use EQ matching, but for this video, we are using it to match the overall tone of another artist's track. I'd like to give a big shout out to my good friend Gary Margison for letting us use his track Vagabond for this tutorial. We are going to be releasing the track very soon, so be on the lookout for that. So we're going to start by taking a quick listen to the chorus section of the song, which I have on a looping playback cycle. We haven't done any EQ matching yet. So the first step is to load the Match EQ plugin on our reference track. Due to copyright restrictions, I can't play the audio of the reference track, but you will see the Match EQ analyzing the track. So we'll click the capture button in the reference section of the plugin, and we'll play the reference track. Typically, it's not a bad idea to let the Match EQ plugin analyze the whole track, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to analyze a small section of it. Now we're going to move the Match EQ plugin over to the stereo bus to analyze our track. We'll close the Match EQ plugin, and since I'm using Logic to mix in, I'm going to open the mixer window. All we're going to do is move the Match EQ plugin over to the stereo bus. Now we'll close the mixer view and return to the track view. Next, we'll highlight the stereo bus, open the Match EQ plugin, click the capture button, and play our track. The plugin does an awesome job, but a lot of engineers, myself included, want even more control over the low, low-mid, high-mid, and the high frequencies. The way that we're going to achieve this is by running multiple instances of the plugin and isolating these frequency ranges. The first thing that we're going to do is create a preset, so if anything goes wrong along the way, we can revert back to the preset. We'll click Presets at the top of the plugin, click the plus icon to add a new preset, and we'll name this preset Reference. Now we'll close the preset dialog and close the Match EQ plugin. Now we're going to create 3 additional copies of the plugin. We're going to do this by holding down the Option key, clicking on the Match EQ plugin, and dragging down 3 additional copies. Now we're going to change the frequency ranges of each instance of the plugin. We'll select the first plugin and we'll slide the right cutoff handle down to 250 Hz. Now we'll select the second plugin, we'll take the left cutoff selector up to 250 Hz, and then we'll take the right cutoff selector down to 2 kHz. We'll repeat this process on the third plugin by taking the left cutoff selector to 2 kHz and the right cutoff selector to 7 kHz. And on the final plugin, we'll adjust the left cutoff selector to 7 kHz, and we'll make sure that the right cutoff selector is all the way to the right at 20 kHz. We'll turn off the second, third, and fourth plugins and just focus on the first one for now. I'll play the track and start adjusting the smoothing and amount sliders. The smoothing slider adjusts the precision of the matching. A higher percentage is less precise, with a lower percentage being more precise. At 0%, the plugin is trying to match every peak and valley, which can result in an unnatural sound. As always, let your ears be your guide. The amount slider determines the amount of processing to apply when matching the source curve to your curve. I'll play the track and start adjusting the smoothing and amount sliders until I find a sound that I like. I'm happy with that for now. Let's repeat the process for the low mids, high mids, and the highs. I'm using Logic Pro to mix in, and when I close the project and then open it back up, I'm getting the following glitch. I'm definitely hearing clipping, and it seems like the EQ settings have changed as well. Hopefully, you don't encounter this glitch at all, but if you do, here's what I found works to resolve this, and hopefully this fix will work for you as well. What we'll do is go into each individual instance of the Match EQ plugin, make note of the smoothing and amount values, then move the sliders away from their current settings, and then just slide them back, or click and manually input the values for each setting. All right, let's listen to before and after the fix. Well, that's it for now. Hopefully this video has given you some ideas of what you can do with matching EQ in your projects. If you found this video helpful, please click like and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be adding additional content very soon.